What's the best be careful what you wish for moment you've seen? I work at this matcha cafe downtown called Green Zen. There's this regular customer, let's call him Brad, who comes in every morning and makes everyone miserable. He orders the same matcha latte and critiques everything we do like he's some tea ceremony master. Brad watches us prepare his drink and shakes his head dramatically. That's not how you whisk matcha, he'd say loudly. The water temperature is wrong. In Japan, they would never serve something this amateur. My coworker Jessica and I tried staying professional, but this guy was relentless. He'd film us making his drink, muttering, "This is what passes for matcha in America," and "I wish I could show these people how it's really done." Other customers started believing him. They'd hesitate before ordering, clearly influenced by his daily performance. Some asked if we had more experienced staff. Some even walked out after hearing his comments, saying they'd find a real tea place. Our tips dropped, and newer baristas dreaded their morning shifts. Brad fed off the attention. He'd position himself at the counter for the best view. "I wish someone would just let me behind that counter for 5 minutes," he'd announce. "I could teach these kids what real matcha craftsmanship looks like." He claimed he'd spent extensive time in Kyoto studying traditional tea ceremony. According to him, he'd trained under authentic masters and understood the true essence of matcha preparation. One busy Tuesday morning, we had a line out the door. Brad was more animated than ever. "Look at this chaos," he said to the woman behind him. "I wish I could just take over and show them proper technique." That's when our manager Kendall walked out from the back office. Kendall usually handled paperwork while we worked the front. She'd been listening to Brad's daily lectures for weeks but never said anything. "Excuse me," Kendall said, approaching Brad with a calm smile. "You seem very passionate about matcha preparation." Brad's eyes lit up. "Oh, absolutely. I've studied the traditional methods extensively. These kids mean well, but they lack proper training." Kendall nodded thoughtfully. "You know what? I'm going to grant your wish. Come behind the counter and show us how it's really done." The entire cafe went silent. Brad looked shocked, then broke into a huge grin. "Really? You're actually going to let me demonstrate?" "I insist," Kendall said. The customers started pulling out their phones, sensing something entertaining was about to happen. "All right," Kendall said, laying out our ceremonial matcha set. "Show us how the masters in Kyoto would do it." Brad rubbed his hands together confidently. "Finally, watch and learn. This is proper ceremonial grade matcha preparation." He grabbed the bamboo whisk and started whisking aggressively, like beating eggs. The delicate powder flew everywhere, creating a green dust cloud. "You see, the key is vigorous motion," he explained, oblivious to the mess. He knocked over a small cup of syrup, splashed some water on himself, and even elbowed the milk steamer off the counter. It was matcha mayhem. The matcha clumped into bitter lumps instead of smooth, frothy consistency. Brad's confident expression started to falter, but he pressed on. "Water temperature is crucial," he continued, pouring water that was clearly too hot. The matcha hissed and turned muddy brown. Several customers started giggling. After 5 minutes of frantic whisking, Brad produced something that looked like green sludge. His shirt was covered in matcha powder. There was green dust everywhere, and the latte resembled pond water. "There," he announced, though his voice had lost its confidence. Traditional Kyoto-style matcha preparation. Kendall picked up the bowl and examined the lumpy, bitter mixture. She took a small sip and her face scrunched up. "Interesting technique," she said politely. "By the way, I should mention, I'm actually a certified tea master from the Omoda Senke School in Kyoto. I spent 7 years studying under Sensei Takahashi." The silence was deafening. Brad's face turned the exact color of matcha powder. The customers who had been filming started laughing, and someone actually started clapping. I should probably go," Brad mumbled, practically running toward the exit. Kendall turned to the laughing customers. "Who wants to try a properly made matcha latte? On the house." Brad never came back. Best 5 minutes of my entire working life.